Good day, ladies and gentlemen, personalities. My name is Mqondisi Macaba from Tembela Maths Club, a club that helps learners to understand mathematics. Today, I want to speak about 7 things, only 7 things that you should do in order to pass mathematics. So if you are struggling with mathematics now and you are not passing at school, if you can do these 7 things, I guarantee you that you will be able to get into a stage where you will pass mathematics. If you are already passing mathematics and you want to improve your marks, also these 7 things that I'm going to talk about, and I really believe that they will definitely help you if you can practice them, if you can apply them into your learning life. They will be able to help you to be able to pass mathematics. Ladies and gentlemen, personalities, before I begin, I would like to say thank you so much for supporting this channel, Tembela Maths Club. This is Mqondisi Macaba speaking from Tembela Maths Club, a club that helps learners to understand mathematics. Thank you for supporting this channel. When I was looking at the figures this morning, it turned out that this channel has had 1,000 views. 1,000 views, lovely people. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. There are many channels that you could have looked at for the content, but you chose to look at this one. So for that, I would like to thank you so much. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this opportunity to share briefly about the vision for Tembela Maths Club. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I started making out these videos, I am very busy, lovely people. I work, and then the kind of work that I do, sometimes in fact, every day when I come back from work, I always have something that I need to do from work. But I've decided to take time out and make these kinds of videos for a simple reason. The reason is to explain mathematics in simplicity. I always try to explain maths in as simple as possible. I myself struggled with maths so much when I was at high school, and it's those people who reach out to me and try to explain things with me in a simple possible manner that made differences in my life. So that's exactly the vision of Tembela Maths, is to explain mathematics with simplicity, and also um is to encourage that resilience part of you, to say that whatever problem that you have, be stubborn and know that there exists a solution for your problem. So that is a vision for mathematics. Guys, I'm here to speak about 7 things that you should do in order to pass mathematics. But basically, so thank you very much, guys, for tuning in and for supporting my channel. And please do distribute this work. Do share this page with people that you know who are struggling with maths, so that they can also get help, so that they can also get assisted in the same way as you got assisted. That will make me very happy, because it will help me to be able to spread this gospel of beautiful mathematics to as far as possible. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now what are these 7 things that you need to do in order to be able to pass maths? Number 1, you need to decide that you want to pass maths. Ladies and gentlemen, those who believe in the Bible, there's a scripture that says that life and death is in the power of the tongue. I really believe that whatever that you say and you decide and then you say it with belief in your heart that you want it to happen, it will definitely happen. Because if you say it yourself, then what will happen is that you will start believing it and you will start acting on it. Then it will start changing you, the way you do things, and eventually it will change the result. So step number 1, you must decide that you want to pass mathematics. Number 2, the second thing that you should do to pass maths is to take control of your learning. You must know that in your learning belongs to you. You must be able to be a central person in your learning. Have this thing in your mind that your parents are just assisting you, your teachers are just assisting you, and people like myself who produce these videos, we are all assisting you, but you are the main player into into this everything. Your friends who are helping you with maths, they are also part of a system, but you are the central person, so you must take charge. That is why when I do these videos, I even opened an opportunity for people to tell me, for learners to tell me if there is a topic that they would like me to cover so that I can cover it, because I want them to come into that stage where they take control, full control, by the way, of their learning. All right? Because if you take full control of your learning, then you will be able to push yourself and you will be able to gauge yourself and everything like that. So, step number 2, take control of your learning if you want to pass mathematics. Now, number 3 of these 7 things that you must do to pass mathematics is to know your learning style. Ladies and gentlemen, personalities, some of you learn so much better by actually hearing people speaking. Those are called auditory learners. And then some of you will learn by actually seeing things happening. That is why when I teach, there is a board. It's where I write, because some people learn by seeing things. So when they see those things, then they will actually start putting ideas together and they will be able to actually figure something out. So, and then there is a different category of people. They are very unusual. They are usually labeled as troublesome in many sectors of the society. And those people are called kinesthetic kind of learners. So those learners who actually learn by experimenting. So they try things out. They try things out and see how they work. It's those learners who will go into the lab and start pouring things next to each other, right? So that is a learning style that is there, and some people fall under those learning styles. And I think in our society, especially in the Black communities, there is very, very little that we do to support those kind of learners. But obviously, this is not a topic for today. But I think it's something that we should actually look into, even as teachers in our classes. We should actually look into how we're able to cater for them, because in primary school, mostly they do cater for those kind of learners, because they bring some props into the class, so they can, for example, if they want to count, they will need to say, if you say 2 plus 2, they will be able to put 2 things there and put other 2 things and then add them together and then see that it's 4. But now when it comes to high school, there are some things that we can do, and we must find out what those things are. But anyway, that's not that. So basically, in most cases, people are usually a combination of these kinds of learners. They will be more attracted or more geared toward a certain learning style, but also they will have a little bit of the other learning style as well. So you must know what is the learning style. Now, why should you know your learning what your learning style is? Because, ladies and gentlemen, personalities, for example, let's say if you are a learner that learns by actually looking at things, then you will know that, for example, when you practice your math, you must actually start writing things out. Maybe you must buy a whiteboard so that you can write things out there and experiment and all of those kind of things. And if you're an auditory learner, then you know that you can actually that you can actually speak things. For example, if you want to understand theorem, start speaking theorem, Pythagoras theorem. In a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse side is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Say those things, because that is how you understand things. You understand things by doing what? By speaking them and by hearing them. So speak to yourself so that you can actually get to understand. So understand your learning style. That is number 3. And then number 4, practice. Practice, ladies and gentlemen. Practice. And then, so especially, when you've been in class, make sure that you practice. While you are in class, but also when the teacher leaves and then maybe there's a free period, practice as well. You see, and then make sure that the work that you did today in maths, you practice it today. If not today, tomorrow, but try by all means to practice today while it's still fresh into your mind, so that you can be able to note something that you don't understand, so that when you note those things that you don't understand, then the following day, the first thing that you will do when you get to your class, you will actually tell your teacher that, teacher, there is something that you said yesterday that I did not understand. Then the teacher will actually be able to explain that thing while he or she is at it, and while it's still fresh in everybody's mind. So practice, practice. There is nothing. There is, I think there is a saying that goes around. They say there is no, they say there is no elevator to success. You have to take steps. I think that is also the case with mathematics. I don't think there is anything in mathematics, or if there is something, then you can actually bring it to me. I would love to hear about it. But I don't think that there is any strategy in mathematics that exclude practicing. So make sure that you practice. Now that is number 4. Number 5, study buddy. Have a friend that you're going to study with, or someone that you need to study with, right? And guys, every time when you have a group of friends that you do things with, make sure that amongst your friends, you are not the smartest one. There must always be a friend who is smarter than yourself, so that you can learn from them, while also there are others who actually learn from you. You must have somebody who pulls you, and then you must be pulling other people. Remember, a person is like a reservoir. A reservoir gives water, but it must also receive water. So you must give. It's like in a relationship. You can't just give love. You must give love, but you must also receive love. I'm making an example. All right. So basically, make sure that you have people that you practice with, and those people, they must be serious people. People who can actually, like, for example, if you start going off track, there must be someone amongst those people who will say, guys, no, we are here to study. So let's make sure that we come back to what we are here for, right? Because in study groups, sometimes you will go to study and then also find that things go haywire, because people start talking now. And then they start talking about that girl who looks hot and all of, no, ladies and gentlemen. You are here to study, so you must do exactly that. So there must be that person who will make sure that, okay, guys, let's come back to what we are here for. All right. So have a study buddy that you study with, who's going to help you, and then you must be also help them as well. And another thing, something that helps with study buddy, there is a research. I don't remember the exact research, but basically it's shown that people learn so much when they actually teach other people. So if you understand something, to say that you've understood something, teach it to someone else. When you teach it to someone else, it will be emphasized into your mind, and then you will understand it even better, and you will even see the inconsistencies that exist there in between. You see? So make sure that you, at some point in time, the ideas that you have learned or things that you have learned, try and teach them to someone else. If you don't have someone else to teach to, teach yourself. Pretend as if you are a teacher, and then imagine an imaginary learner and start teaching them. You will see, like, that changed my marks monumentally. Because guys, I used to really struggle with mathematics when I was still at school. But when I started doing these kind of things, they started helping me, and I became better. So number 5, have a study buddy. Number 6, listen in class. Listen in class. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not know how I can overemphasize this. Make sure that you listen in class. It is very important, because you see, especially in class, teachers, they have a lot of work, so they don't have time to actually teach you things that are not going to come out of exams. Every time when a teacher teaches, they teach you something because they know it will either help towards something that will come up on the exam, or that thing itself will definitely come up to them. And in most cases, it's like that. So make sure that you listen in class. If there's something that you don't understand, don't be shy to raise your hand in class and say, teacher, I don't understand this. Can you please explain to me? And I don't want to lie, teachers really, really appreciate when you actually ask them. Like I teach, and when a learner asks me a question, I'm happy because it shows that somebody is actually paying attention to what I'm saying. And I'm always happy to say something and then be able to help that learner in terms of the questions that they are asking. So listen in class. And number 7, that is the last part. Ask for feedback. For example, if you have written a test is not only for marks, a test is also to check where you are in relation to the work that has been done. So when you have written a test or maybe a term test, controlled or uncontrolled, it doesn't really matter. Make sure that you know when you've got your script, look at your script and ask your teacher, how can I improve? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong here? What is it that I was supposed to do? And all of those kinds of things. You know, in everything that you do, if you want that thing to be successful, you must always make sure that you have a way to check if you're still on the right track. So that is one of the ways, asking for feedback. That is one of the ways that you can use to actually gauge how far you are in relation to where you want to be, and then be able to see what is it that you're doing that is wrong, and then be able to change it. So that is the 7th thing that you should do in order to pass mathematics. Just for summary, I will go through all of these 7 things that you should do in order to pass and master mathematics. Number 1, decide that you want to pass mathematics. Number 2, know your learning style. Number 1, decide that you want to pass mathematics. And number 2, take control of your learning life. And then number 3, you must know your learning style. And number 4, you must practice. And number 5, you must have a study buddy. And number 6, you must listen in class. And then number 7, you must ask for feedback when you have written tests in class or homeworks. Ladies and gentlemen, personalities, if you do these 7 things, I can assure you, you will definitely improve and eventually master mathematics. Ladies and gentlemen, personalities, thank you for tuning in. Guys, these are not everything. There are still other things that you can do, but I've just summarized and brought this in front of you. If you have something else that you also think it's useful, you can list it in the comment section below. You can list your other things, the other things that you think that would be very important for people to do in order for them to pass mathematics. And also, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, it's also fine. It's my way of looking at things. There are people look at things in different ways, so that is also acceptable. But ladies and gentlemen, personalities, thank you very much for tuning in. And again, thank you very much, guys, for giving me 1,000 views. Thank you. Have a lovely day and enjoy your studies. And goodbye.